All right, my name is Brad, and we are researching diversity and equity inclusion.
I'm Noah.
And I'm Nathan. Part of our assignment was to identify the need and the problem as well. So our group was assigned the task of internal diversity, equity, and inclusion and researching that within MU Extension. So as a collective, we primarily focused on creating a research tool that investigated the following aspects of MU Extension: attitudes, beliefs, and practices. And one of the tools that we used throughout the process was Qualtrics, which I'm sure many people are familiar with who attend Mizzou. It's a survey program that allows you to write questions that are qualitative and quantitative so you can get the best results for whatever it is that you're looking for. We also had to incorporate literature reviews in the extension database to get the information needed.
So to evaluate the situation with diversity, equity, and inclusion, we had many research that we conducted. The procedure we took involved the research conducted. We used that research then to answer questions about DEI and the ways it could be improved to further our knowledge on the situation. And then after that, we created survey questions through Qualtrics, like Nathan talked about, to assess DEI in the workplaces and organizations to see how they were effective and how important they were. To get the research we conducted, we explored many databases through Mizzou and library databases to gain knowledge on the topic. And in talking, just bouncing ideas off our professor or our supervisor, every Friday we had a Zoom meeting, bounce ideas off each other just to gain more knowledge on the topic. Some of the recommendations and findings we had were that not all extension websites offer the same information. Some mainly focus on farming aspects, some states in particular, and not diversity, equity, and inclusion. Also, some states just haven't implemented their DEI programs yet within the extensions. And just in general, workplaces and organizations have really been trying to implement DEI, and we found that this is important to gain knowledge on as it's the new thing and it's very important.
So with the project, a few challenges arose. Obviously, that happens with any project. Overall, things ran pretty smoothly for us. But one of the things that we ran into as an issue was finding the right time for everyone to meet each week. So we all had to communicate virtually, and we also had busy class and work schedules. So being able to delegate our time to find the right time to meet was definitely a big part of a challenge. And that ties into working around everyone's busy schedule, and along with having to communicate virtually. So we dealt with a few technical issues from time to time. So like applications not working or just people not being able to meet online through Zoom virtually. Another challenge that we faced was learning to use the new programs that we had. So Zoom, it's pretty similar to Skype. It took a few tries to get the hang of, but after some time we were able to overcome that challenge. And Qualtrics as well. There's a lot of little bits and pieces working throughout the program. So after a few questions, we were able to get a full feel for the program and make the best out of it. So, yeah.
Okay, so this is to discuss the opportunities for future actions of student groups, say next year, next semester. They can pick up where we left off. So we were signaling out extensions that didn't promote D&I efforts. So we looked around the country and we found some places weren't as focused on it. We couldn't find a tab on their website that would be talking about it. So then I would say for someone in the future to research that, the best way to do that is to single out those extensions and then ask them why they're not doing it and why it's something that's not very important to them. And gather stats as to why or what would change that. So ask them if it's just like a cost barrier as to why they can't add that much to their website. Or if it's something else that's limiting them from going and doing that. To continue the literature reviews, to gather information on more extensions. So we were able to do a good majority, at least one extension from every state in the United States. So all 50 of them, we tried to find information on diversity and inclusion things that they have on their website. But so like I said, some of them didn't. So if people were able to find more extension programs from each state, that would be very helpful. And then contact the heads of each extension. So we had the names of a couple different heads at each big extension that had diversity and equity inclusion efforts already. but maybe gather the information from the ones that didn't, because this is something we did not do, is contact the ones that didn't, because we were on a very short timeline. It was only this semester, so we were only able to contact the ones that did. So get a hold of them and talk about why they're not doing that. And then use our results to actually make a change in MU Extension. So obviously we got results back and we were able to talk with our group and our supervisor, but maybe they can take our stats and try to make changes, suggest it to MU Extension and other places around, create another presentation on what would change that, what would make that better about their organization. And then also make changes to their website and suggest to add programs. So like I said, we didn't find some of the D&I efforts on their website. So maybe adding more links to your website that's going off to that, and then making the actual effort to make programs about diversity and equity inclusion. So in conclusion, diversity and inclusion is a huge part of our society today. So a lot of businesses can be seen as not up to date if they don't have diversity in their organization. So it's a large part of the world today. So if you don't have it, it's very hurtful for your organization. Our research gave us an insight into how much they play a role in extension programs. So like I said, some of them don't even touch it, but some of them are very big on it. We found that a lot of southern states did not have as much diversity in them. It was mainly focused on farming and educational programs. And then, like Nathan said, overall communication was good. There was a few bugs in our presentation and like overall research, but other than that, everything ran very smoothly. We were able to get the information we needed on time, especially with the help of our supervisor over at MU Extension. And the survey questions that we wrote were very helpful. It was a great learning experience. I feel like we all learned a lot from that. We were able to learn and carry this on to other parts of our life, because I know at some point all of us in the business world will have to do the same type of thing and gather statistics and other data. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.